So, Adrian, what does Easter mean to you?
Easter is a festival that we celebrate every year, and we celebrate with our family and friends, and we eat certain things. We eat a lot of chocolate and other special foods. Martin, what does Easter mean to you?
So, for me, Adrian, Easter is a special time. For me, it actually has a traditional Christian message. It's all about new life and a kind of rebirth. And it happens, of course, that Easter comes around springtime, my favourite time of year. And in spring, you also have that wonderful new life, what feels like rebirth, leaving winter, and just grass beginning to get fresher, bulbs springing up in the garden, lots of nice things.
You're right, the garden comes to life. There are beautiful flowers that burst out of the ground, and suddenly maybe daffodils are there everywhere. I drove home tonight from work. And there were daffodils along the roadside. I drove home, I parked my car, daffodils everywhere, beautiful yellow daffodils.
I think for me, spring is the most wonderful season. I really like it.
I agree.
And Adrian, let's explore a little bit about the Christian meaning of Easter so that we have a historical perspective.
Okay, so Christians believe that Jesus died on Good Friday, and then on Easter Sunday, he came back to life.
Okay, and that's central to the Christian message,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
And it's around Easter that Christians get one of their most important symbols for their faith, and that is the symbol of the cross, isn't it?
That's right. So at Easter time, we see this cross everywhere, even on food.
Okay, and we have an example of that here today. Surprise, surprise, we celebrate with food.
And Martin, can you describe for us what this is?
With pleasure. These are hot cross buns. Okay, now these ones happen to be cool. They're not hot to touch.
But if they're freshly baked in the oven, they would be hot.
Okay, so we have to use our imagination, but that's what they're called, hot cross buns. And what you can probably see, and I'm going to pick one up very carefully, is this nice cross design here on it. And that, of course, is a Christian symbol, and the cross is decorative here.
So what's inside the hot cross bun, Martin?
Well, like a lot of traditional English desserts, there's fruit inside it. So there are raisins and sultanas and dried fruit, and it's also full of spices.
So the usual for British desserts.
That's right. So you must know by now that in British tradition, fruits play an enormous role in desserts, cakes and buns, and lots of traditional food.
Martin, how many hot cross buns have you eaten so far this year?
This year, I don't think I've eaten any hot cross buns.
Really?
That's right. Well, traditionally, hot cross buns are only available at Easter time, and you should only eat them at Easter time because they are special.
I think you're right, Martin. Originally, hundreds of years ago, people ate hot cross buns only on Good Friday in the afternoon.
But things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah, so you can buy hot cross buns all year round in the UK. These are fresh.
They've not been sitting in the cupboard for a year.
No.
And the reason, just sorry to interrupt, Adrian, the reason you can buy hot cross buns all year round is because they're delicious. That's right, very popular.
They're good hot, they're good cold. I ate a stale one last week and it was still really tasty. It was soft at the edges and on the inside it was like a clenched fist, and I really enjoyed it.
You're selling it to us now, Adrian. So we have actually got a hot cross bun which we've added a little bit of butter to. Here we go. So I'll just demonstrate that you typically slice them open and you can add butter to them. When they are hot and the butter melts inside them, they are particularly good. Now, I would like to offer you one, Adrian, but now I've got my hands all over them. I've got my little mitts all over the hot cross bun. So shall I sacrifice myself and take a bite?
Amazing. You do that, Martin.
I'm willing to do this for science. For science.
And from guinea pigs, that Martin's a guinea pig. If we say something's being experimented on, they're a guinea pig. I don't know whether that still happens. Anyway, from guinea pigs to the Easter bunny. Mm-hmm. This is an Easter bunny. So another symbol of Easter is a bunny. While Martin's got his mouth full and he's asking why is that, I can say that the Easter bunny originated in Germany. It was a Lutheran tradition, again, a religious tradition, and the Easter bunny would bring eggs to children. The Easter bunny would have a basket and bring eggs to children. So in England, often if you have small children, then you will hide eggs in the garden around the house, and the children will hunt. They'll hunt the Easter eggs. So not hunting with a spear or a weapon, but they'll search for the Easter eggs. But we call it an Easter egg hunt, and that's the Easter eggs that the Easter bunny has brought.
So it makes no biological sense that eggs are related to Easter bunnies, but that's the modern mythology.
Is a rabbit a mammal?
Is a rabbit a mammal, Adrian? Come on.
Probably.
Certainly.
Okay, right.
Okay, back to school, Adrian.
Right, back to school.
And the reason we now have chocolate bunnies to eat is you may know that the UK as a whole is a chocolate nation. We love to eat lots of chocolate, and so of course to celebrate what we eat lots of chocolate. And you got some chocolate Easter eggs with you, Adrian. A special type, a special variety,
special type of Easter eggs. Mm-hmm. These are called Cadbury's cream eggs. Now, Cadbury's is a very famous brand in this country, and I think probably most British people or anyone living in this country has probably eaten many of these Cadbury's cream eggs.
That's right. One thing I would say is they're slightly polarising. Polarising because they're so sweet that some people find that they're quite difficult to eat because they're so rich and so sweet and so sugary.
I don't know that I'll have any difficulty whatsoever, Martin.
So they are very sweet. Adrian, would you like to demonstrate the Cadbury's cream egg?
Yes, I would. Let's go. So I'll unwrap it, take the foil off. I'm not going to eat it directly.
So while Adrian's diving into that egg, let me explain that Cadbury's is one of the very famous chocolate manufacturers in the UK. They've been going for, I think, if not 100 and something years. I mean, really for a very, very long time. Very well known. And this is one of their most famous products, I suppose. They have lots of famous products.
This is very, very famous. This is a British classic. This is part of our culture. It's also milk chocolate, I think, and it's melting on my fingertips. So I'll take a bite.
Okay. That made a really satisfying crack. Did you hear that? It went crack, didn't it? And what's on the inside, Adrian? Do you want to just point it? Okay, so it's actually a sugary, you could call it a fondant or a goo, a sugary imitation of an egg white.
Does that focus, maybe?
And the yolk. Yeah, so it's actually a kind of sugary rendition of an actual egg.
I've always liked these. Today, this tastes stunning. I think as an adult, my palate has refined, and now it just tastes absolutely brilliant. Okay,
you must have been looking forward to it, Adrian.
Can I finish it?
You enjoy it. Is this your first? Sorry to interrupt. Is this your first cream egg of the year?
It is.
That's why it tastes so good. Delicious.
And Martin, you've got an egg too. Talk us through it, please.
Okay, so in England, when people share gifts with their family, especially with children, they often buy Easter eggs in big packages. So here's an example, quite a big cardboard package. And inside is quite a large Easter egg. So I don't want you to feel deficient at all, Adrian, with your little egg. But this is a typical large chocolate egg that we would have in the UK. And it comes as a little gift pack. So there's some other fun things in here. there are a couple of, in this one, there are a couple of further tubes of sweeties. This is very typical, so there are some extra fun things for kids to discover in the pack of chocolatey stuff. And this will make your dentist very happy for obvious reasons. And it tastes great.
Where's the egg gone?
Oh, the egg's back in here. So here's the egg, Adrian.
You know what? Can we?
We can even display the egg with this handy roll of gaffer tape.
Is that visible? There we go.
There we go. So now you see the egg in its glory. It looks something like, I guess, an ostrich egg, or maybe a small dinosaur egg would look like. Again, it's covered in foil and it's chocolate on the inside. You can trust me. I won't unwrap it because it'll just get everywhere. But it's chocolate on the inside. It's hollow. And it is nice to snack on.
I didn't hear a thing when you shook it, so it is hollow.
Yeah, so these are the ways that we modern tradition, that we traditionally celebrate with. And this is how we celebrate in the UK these days.
And Easter is a little bit like Christmas in as much as there is a religious history, there's a Christian history, there is also a pagan history. So before Christianity, people would celebrate a festival of rebirth, and now that there has been Christianity introduced, obviously many hundreds of years ago, the pagan and the Christian traditions line up and people give one another Easter eggs or the Easter bunny, share hot cross buns. So it's another chance for people to give presents, give and receive presents, and for people to come together and celebrate.
That's right. And on the Easter weekend in the UK, we have the Friday off. That's Good Friday. That's a bank holiday. So everyone gets a national holiday. It's fantastic. Then, of course, people enjoy Saturday and Sunday. And then the Monday of the following week is also a national holiday. That's called Easter Bank Holiday Monday, or Easter Monday.
Easter Monday.
So people have the entire weekend off to eat a lot of chocolate, run around chasing eggs in their garden.
Hunting for eggs.
That's right, and playing with the kiddies and having a nice time in their families and meeting their families and people who they really care for.
Absolutely. And on Easter Sunday, we're having a family meal, aren't we?
That's right, which we really enjoy. Happens every year. And Easter is really a big deal in England. People really enjoy it. So
absolutely.
We hope you enjoy whatever celebrations you're having at this time of year as well.
Absolutely. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.